Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into a LEGO Star Wars 2024 reveal video. Today we're looking at two brand new sets launching on August the 1st. I believe it's going to be worldwide, not just a regional thing like what's happened with some other summer sets. Now these are very exciting because they're based off of an upcoming mini-series that's going to be on Disney Plus called Rebuild the Galaxy. And we did a video reacting to the first initial trailer and announcement for the show. If you want to check out that video, you can, but there's a lot of like fan favorite characters appearing in this. You'll see what I mean as we go through these sets. So let's go ahead and let's get started with the very first one, which is 75393. This is the TIE Fighter and X-Wing mashup set. It's got 1,063 pieces, and I'll be retailing for, I believe, $109.99 USD. It's a very interesting concept for a set. First of all, I think that the ships on their own look really good. Like that X-Wing is excellent looking. I really love the shaping of this. I love all the dark red on the sides, and the wings look pretty great too. You can see from this sort of 360 video here that the back part of it actually uses one of the mech torsos from Marvel for the back, and I think that's just such a fun part usage. I think the TIE Fighter looks pretty great there too, just using a ton of newer pieces there for the cockpit around there. Looks really great. I like how they've done the wings, and of course, because you saw from the title and maybe you noticed on the box, but this is a mashup set, so the idea of this is that you can actually swap out the wings from these, and you could take the TIE Fighter wings, put them on the X-Wing wings, put them on the TIE Fighter, and create this weird mashup. And that's hence the name of the show, Rebuild the Galaxy. There's just sort of, I guess a good way to explain it is what if. You know, it's I'm assuming it's some sort of kid's imagination or something, and they're combining different characters and coming up with their own stories in the Star Wars universe, and I think this is really cool. I really love the idea of this. Now, when it comes to the figures, they're also really interesting choices. We'll start with the boring ones, I guess. We just have a generic TIE Fighter pilot, and then you've also got a Rebel pilot. So I don't think there's anything new there. Maybe a face print or something like that, but they seem pretty basic. What I'm really surprised by is this droid. I love this. It is L3, I believe it's GO, so of course, that's meant to say LEGO, and you could see the colors of it. It's in white, red, and yellow, just like the LEGO logo. I think that is such a fun concept. I can definitely, see this now becoming such a fan favorite droid, because we've seen from past sort of original LEGO characters when, they're sort of intrinsic and based in the LEGO brand that they do really well. Something like, Jedi Bob, who of course we'll talk about in a bit. But the other characters here that we're getting are Yessi Scala, and this is pretty cool. I like the torso printing and the leg printing, even the head printing. It's got like some sort of headband printed on top of the head, looks great, and also a Tusken Raider staff. And then the other character that you have there is Sig Griebling, and again, another sort of fun reference to LEGO, which I think is really awesome. But moving on now to probably the most crazy set. This is set number 75389. This is the Dark Falcon. It's got 1,579 pieces. It's going to be retailing for $179.99 USD. And I think this is a crazy concept. I think it's also just interesting that this is theoretically going to be replacing the current Millennium Falcon that's on shelves. And that's from the Rise of Skywalker. That thing has been on shelves for a really long time. I think we need an original trilogy one. I know that that's crazy to hear, but I think that this is definitely an interesting replacement here. As a fan of red, I love it. I think it looks really great, like the red cockpit, and some of the little highlights throughout this, specifically in dark red, obviously, the channel colors and everything, looks great. I love all the greebling there, and even on the front with the ingots in dark red, just some of the detailing there looks really, really cool. You could see in the back, I love how the thrusters and everything there, the exhaust in the back is all in transparent red. That looks great. You do have this radar dish that is presumably from the front of the box shooting out a laser, which I think is kind of interesting. It does shoot out some missiles. And unfortunately, again, this is the highest quality we've got right now, but the interior opens up very similarly to, of course, the Rise of Skywalker one, which is, I think, the best minifigure scale Falcon we've ever gotten. But it's really cool. Just, you could see some of the interior here. It's hard to make out. There's some sort of prison cell here. You could see that Luke's inside there, and then you've got also up above some sort of, I think it's a throne or a seat that Darth Jar Jar, that's right, is sitting in, and it's removable there. And then you've also got this little information there showing all the parts that open, but it's got the cockpit that can be opened up there, so you could sit the figures inside. You've also got a spot for the guns, which I think is really great too, of course sitting back to back like the other Falcon. And then there's also the Jarek board, but it's in red, which I think is pretty cool. Now, the figures, to me, are definitely the standouts for the set. We have your Beach Luke, who looks awesome with the sunglasses and this sort of shirt open up. I think it's just a wacky design. The necklace is really cool. I like that it's, I believe, supposed to be the necklace that Anakin gives to Padme. So it's kind of cool that Luke's wearing that. I like the concept of that. The legs are interesting there with the sandals and everything. Lego is loving just giving him blue milk whenever they can. Even for the only minifigure promo for the last Star Wars game. But anyways, also, it's interesting that his design is sort of fits in really well with like the last special that we got, and that appeared in the advent calendar with like the summer vacation sort of beach attire for Vader and the sandcastle. So it's kind of cool. I love these pieces in white look incredible. I love the arm printing, the leg printing, the torso printing, all that. It's phenomenal. Really, really great. You've got Bounty Hunter C-3PO, which is an interesting concept. I like that he's got the black arm, you know, sort of like from The Force Awakens where he's got the red arm, but now it's black. I really love, though, the red eyes. I think that's really great, again, going back to The Rise of Skywalker. You've also got Darth Dave, who's a new original character, of course, for the series, and looks like a phenomenal figure. Like, look at the side arm printing, the torso and the legs and everything, and the face looks new there too. And Darth Jar Jar looks so cool and just insane to be getting this as a figure. I love the face printing there, and of course we got a better look of what the figure actually looks like from the series. And then lastly, we have Darth Rey, who looks just so cool. I love that we're getting her from The Rise of Skywalker. Like, I just, you know, we're waiting for some characters from that final movie, and she's definitely one of them. And I love the hood piece, the cape and all that. And then also, it's interesting, she doesn't have a dress, she's got legs. I guess that's so that she could sit around in the Falcon, but how they did her lightsaber there with the binocular piece is just, it's perfect. Like, it just works so well. I think they could have included a dress piece for her, but what an awesome lineup of figures. There is one other set, I believe, from the series, and it's 75388 Jedi Bob Starfighter. It's got 310 pieces, retailing for $39.99 USD. It's rumored to come with Jedi Bob, a clone trooper, a Mon Calamari, and then also an astromech droid. So that's going to be releasing on the same day. No pictures on the site yet, but be sure to subscribe. Turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out on future LEGO Star Wars set reveals and potentially reviews. I'm very excited to see the rest. There's other August sets, but I just figured we'd talk about the ones here connected to the series in this video. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.